speaking of flooded cars, we got right here is a 2020 Ford GT, the newest Ford GT. Insane. I mean, I would love to buy this car, but I don't see throwing down, because this thing is probably going to go for $1 million.
Probably.
Because these things are crazy. And the thing is, anybody can buy this Ford GT. Anybody. Right now, a new Ford GT, no, you can't buy it.
You have to get like, I think, don't you have to get like selected to buy one?
You got to be selected. You got to go like write a dang review, or you can try to find somebody that'll sell it like personally, which is very hard because cars like this, people already, like, if you have a car like that, you got that kind of money, your buddies have that kind of money, and they're, hey, don't get rid of that car. If you want to get rid of it, I'll take it off your hands. So very hard to buy those cars unless you're at Barrett Jackson and you see one roll around. They go for a high price.
Let's take a look at this Ford GT right here.
It's flooded, completely flooded, but dude, like,
see,
it doesn't look bad. Like, if you look at the inside, it looks super clean. And number one thing that I look at whenever it's a flooded car and it has a digital dash, you kind of want to zoom in on the speedometer because you'll see water actually inside the LCD screen. I kind of don't see anything on here.
I'll give you one issue I have with this car right off the bat. It is an enhanced vehicle. What that means is
it's been cleaned.
They cleaned the heck out of it. This car could have been fully submerged, and they literally just cleaned it all out perfectly.
And the thing is, with insurance companies that own these cars,
they want to get the most money back.
They will send it to like a high-end detail.
Yep.
They'll steam clean the whole entire car. They'll make it look like it's off of the showroom floor. But in reality, you're getting screwed. You know
I mean, really, you just gotta go check this car out and give it a nice sniff.
And the only thing that
you can kind of see right here. You can kind of see there's mud. It kind of looks dirty right
in the
there.
seat area. Yeah, and the stitching is really good to look at. But like, it's kind of still hard to tell when it's been cleaned. And one thing that you want to look for is like water lines. They'll usually mark on the outside of the vehicle on the paint job with like a marker. They didn't write that because the detailers probably buffed it, you know, waxed it. They got rid of the water line mark. And it's just like that. No power, which is...
And then you can see that they did tow it.
Yeah, there's a tow hook. They can't turn it on. There's no power. The spoiler is stuck in the open position, which indicates that whenever it hit water, something probably electrical happened and shot that spoiler up, and it just got stuck in that position. Because I don't think they...
That's the braking feature.
Yeah, you can't park like that. That's the braking feature. So something happened with the computers. Obviously, probably they're smashed. But can you buy these computers for Ford? Will you go to a dealership and buy that?
I think it would be really hard to buy parts for a Ford GT. Just the way you can't even buy the car. So to buy the parts, you're probably going to be like a certified owner of the car, and like you're going to go through a certified Ford shop to even touch any parts.
Yeah, and like you don't have to buy body panels. This is probably all electrical. Like,
all electrical.
Honestly, when you get this car, you probably want to change some computers out, maybe a full wiring harness, engine. I guess you can pull that engine out and send it to like an engine rebuild shop and let them rebuild it. Maybe
it looks kind of just like a 3.5 EcoBoost.
It is. It's probably just a simple Ford engine that's just been built a little bit. So you can easily send the engine off and get it rebuilt if it's bad, but usually you put some oil in that sucker, run it through a few times, don't start it, just spin it over. You can kind of get these cars back running, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean it depends. If water didn't get in the cylinder walls, even if it did, there's ways to clean it out.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know how long the engine will last afterwards, but there's ways to like fix it and get all the water out and clean it.
I wonder if there's companies out there that you can pull that wiring harness off computers and send it out and they redo all the computers.
I mean, the wiring harness would be fine. Really, all you have to do is clean just the connectors. All the connectors, clean them off with probably like alcohol, like 100% alcohol, and it'll just get rid of all the minerals. But what if that car has been in that, because that flood has been around, it went for a couple of weeks, right? It was flooded for a couple days. Yeah, but see, I'll tell you one thing. When floods happen, there's a lot of scams going out there. Like, people will actually, like, I know this one guy bought a BMW, and it turns out the reason why the car wouldn't turn on was because they pulled the fuse out. It wasn't because the car was flooded, but it's a pretty good way to get out of paying your monthly payment. Like, especially like the past couple of years, people have been buying these cars. And the markups have been insane. So people would be buying cars that they can't even afford just to have a car, and then a couple of years later, you find an opportunity like a flood. You park your car outside, bam.
If there's a flood coming and you want your car, you want a new car, go park it in the street or something.
And I mean, you never know. Even with like these high dollar cars, like, you know, remember that one Bugatti we seen getting filmed driving into a lake.
Yeah, he didn't get paid.
Nope, he actually went to prison. He went to prison for that.
That's because it's fraud. You know, it was fraudulent stuff.
But Houston actually fixed that car. And he's driving it to this day.
He spent what, like?
I think he paid $300,000 for the car, which is insane steal.
Yeah, but he spent probably $300,000 to fix it, if not more. Like,
but it was a Bugatti. I think what it was, a Veyron or Veyron.
Yeah, it's one of the first gen Bugattis. Or I don't know what it is.
Which I'm not a big fan of those. They're kind of ugly.
The Bugattis, they're just a statement. Like you got one, but the Chiron, I gotta say, actually looks really good. It looks amazing. You know what I mean? But the 4GT, if anybody wants to own one, this is a really good one to get. Never been played before. Got the carbon fiber wheels on it, which is just absolutely insane.
That's an insane spec too.
This is insane. This is my dream car. Like, out of all the cars, Bugatti, I understand Koenigsegg's is awesome, but a realistic dream car is this 4GT. I just love the way it looks. Sucks that it's a V6, but apparently they're super fast. They're insane. They just look absolutely incredible. I would love to own one. I just love the way the body is made. And here's an opportunity that anybody can buy a 4GT without paying outrageous prices. Just
I think. What do you think it's gonna go for? I think probably like $600,000-700,000.
It's worth. It says it's worth 1.3 million. So,
I mean, to a collector, it's still worth pretty good money.
The P1 sold for outrageous.
I think it was like somewhere around 500, something like that.
600,000.
Yeah, let's just say that with the fees and everything, probably.
And
like
it's worth only $1 million.
Which I'd say it's going to take.
He overpaid, 100% overpaid. Houston Costa did a video of it. He wouldn't pay $300,000 for it.
Especially with the parts. If that car was still in production today and you could actually get parts,
yeah, it'd be easier.
It'd be a deal.
But overpaid, but whatever. People have different motives. You know, they want to do stuff like that. But honestly, if I could, I would on this car in a heartbeat. But
anyways, guys, that's the 4GT, and if
anybody buys that and they want to let us test drive it, let us know. It's just incredible. I would love to see that on a YouTube video, honestly. Just like the P1, it's going to be an epic build, and it kind of sucks that we didn't see the Bugatti that was on fire on YouTube, because I would have loved to see that rebuilding process. But hopefully some YouTuber buys that.
Well, I think somebody bought it and they don't want to show it.
They don't want to show it. They repair
flip it.
Yeah. But anyways, that's going to be a wrap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. We'll end up doing more here really soon. We just had a little bit of time. We're always busy. Ben's always busy doing his projects, working on Sam Crack's Ferrari right now, which is just incredible. It's a small world out here in the YouTube world. Not much of us rebuilders out there. There's a bigger community coming, but we're all different, you know what I mean? But with all that being said, I guess we're signing out.
Peace out.